Hey everyone, I'm here today because it's a very special day for me. I've become a father today. I had a baby delivered this morning, so I thought I'd give you all a look at him. Hey everyone, I'm here today to take a look at the Mandalorian child plushie from Mattel, which basically everyone's calling Baby Yoda, even though it's not actually Yoda, but you say Baby Yoda, everyone knows what you're talking about. And it comes in this really nice case. The packaging basically is designed to look like the baby carrier used in the show that kind of floats around. So it makes for quite a nice display piece if you want to leave it in the packaging, even though it is very obviously just cardboard. But of course I like taking things out of the package. You can see there's just a bit of plastic holding him in. Then on the back you've got a picture from the show, which shows that he does have a bit of hairy fluff on his head, which isn't on the toy other than sculpted in. But just pretty plain background really, not much to show there. But this is made by Mattel, which is strange because normally it's Hasbro that do Star Wars toys. Here's the baby himself. It's got these kind of glass eyes. I guess they're actually plastic, but they look like glass. And it works really well to give him that kind of glistening, cute baby-eyed look. It's a pretty nice sculpt. It looks quite accurate to the show. I think he does have a bit of hair in the show. I mean, on the back of the packaging at least, the picture from the show shows that, but he doesn't have that on the toy. But I think it actually looks better without it. It's been a while since I've watched The Mandalorian, so I can't remember if he actually does have that tuft of hair on his head. I don't remember that. So maybe the picture on the packaging is an early prototype design, or maybe I just can't remember the hair. But he doesn't have it on the toy, and I think it looks better for it actually. It looks cuter not having any hair there. But it's still got a nice sculpt on the head of all the wrinkles and things. So he's got a bit of a paint detail, a bit of pink around the ears and the lips as well, just to highlight those areas. And a tiny bit under his eyes as well. You can see there all the detailing that's sculpted in, just tiny little wrinkles and things to give him a bit more of a kind of realistic look. The back of his head there and his ears. And then it gets a bit smoother on top. But there's some shading detail painted on as well. You can see on the head there, just to highlight the kind of wrinkles in his skull. His cute little face. The main bulk of the figure is just a basically fabric bag full of stuffing and some beans at the bottom to help him balance. Don't tell Chris Hansen that I've just pulled his top up, but he's got the robes on over the top, which are made of kind of a rougher material with some fleecing around the cuffs and collar. And then his hands and head are the kind of soft vinyl plastic material. He does have a hood on the back that does come up, but because of his ears you can't actually get the hood over his head. But the hood itself is actually a hood. It's not just a bit of fabric there to look like a hood. It would work, like I say, if it wasn't for his ears getting in the way. So there's a nice bit of detail there really with the outfit. I do wish they had put some little feet on the bottom there, like just a couple of little plastic feet could have been sewn on there to stick out underneath his robes. That might have even helped him balance a bit, though he does balance pretty well because of the beans that are in the bottom there, but he can be slightly top heavy sometimes. But one of his hands is just kind of hanging down in a neutral pose, and the other's got his, sort of using the force fingers going on. And this guy's 28 centimeters tall, which is about 11 inches, which I think is a bit smaller than he is in the show, but he's around about the same kind of scale. So it's not a bad prop replica really to have in your collection that's just about life size. Looks really good. Yeah, there's nothing underneath his robes, but that doesn't really matter anyway, other than maybe some feet sticking out the bottom could have been cool, but really it doesn't matter about that. It's just the head and the hands and the robes themselves, and they're all stitched and detailed really nicely. So in the back there, kind of stitched together a bit. Some more fleecing inside the hood. You can see where the head is connected to just regular green fabric there. But he's a really nice toy. The only thing I've got to compare him with really is this Yoda plushie that I got a few years ago out of Aldi's, which is a bit smaller and obviously is not to scale at all. It's just kind of a cutesy looking Yoda. This is like the proper Yoda, not the baby Yoda, and he's just in his Jedi outfit with his little hood and some grey hairs and that. But yeah, just to give you some kind of idea as to the size and scale and what he looks like. The plastic on his head and hands is reasonably soft. You can see you can kind of squeeze his head in there. So you could give this to children to play with and it's not going to be a problem for them to sort of cuddle up with. His hands, see, it's soft there and will bend. But at the same time, I think adult collectors can enjoy this as well as something that looks like a pretty accurate prop replica that you can have on your shelf next to, like, I don't know, your Chucky and other life-size dolls from movies, you know, your Annabelles and stuff. So now I'm going to end up like one of those weird women who walk around with baby dolls in prams pretending that they're real, but I'll have Baby Yoda instead, which I think is cooler. So thanks for joining me, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video. Say bye-bye, Baby Yoda. Bye-bye. Oh God, what's happening to me?